With 3 championships and 5 All-Star appearances to his name, there is absolutely no doubt that Klay Thompson is one of the best guards in the league. Playing alongside Steph and Draymond on the Golden State Warriors, he has been a part of one of the best super teams to ever grace an NBA court, and his consistent performances day in and day out have made him arguably the team's best asset alongside Steph Curry. However, despite his fame, there's still a lot that most people don't know about the second Splash brother. So today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 things you didn't know about Klay Thompson. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to NBA Zone and hit that notifications button so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. The 2011 draft class is famous for being one of the best in recent memory, and it was stacked with top talents including Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Kemba Walker. However, despite Klay himself having incredible talent, he was selected with only the 11th pick of the draft, coming in behind absolute busts such as Jon Veselý, Derek Williams, and Jimmer Fredette. However, given that he has happily been a Golden State Warrior for his entire career, it was probably for the best that he was drafted a little farther back than he should have been. At first glance, it may be hard to tell what exactly Klay Thompson's ethnic background is. However, it turns out that he is half Bahamian and half white. His dad, Michael Thompson, was born in the Bahamas and came to the United States as a teenager. His mother, on the other hand, grew up in Washington State. The two met in college while they were both working out at a Portland gym, and the couple married in 1987. Every now and then, we see a son of a former NBA star enter the league, but few duos are quite as talented as Michael and Klay Thompson. After playing college at the University of Minnesota, he was selected with the #1 pick of the 1978 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. Lasting 13 seasons in the league, he played for the majority of his career in Portland and Los Angeles, winning 2 championships with the Lakers in '87 and '88. Although he spent time as both a starter and role player at various times in his career, at peak production, he averaged an incredible 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. However, Klay's mother was also a star athlete, playing college volleyball at both the University of Portland and the University of San Francisco. She excelled in the sport despite only coming in at 5'9". Considering that both her and her husband were elite athletes, it's no surprise that Klay developed into the superstar he is. It is not all that surprising for an NBA player to have a sibling or two, but what really makes Klay's brothers stand out is that they both have professional athlete status. Klay's older brother Michael is a baller as well, and although he no longer plays professionally, he spent considerable time in the NBA D-League, and for a 5-game stint between 2011 and 2012, even received NBA minutes with the Cleveland Cavaliers. On the other hand, Klay's younger brother Trace took a completely different route, currently playing professional baseball for the Arizona Diamondbacks of the MLB. Although not quite as famous as his older brother Klay, he has made a name for himself as a professional athlete by lasting an impressive 6 seasons in the MLB thus far. Given the combined talent of all three, they make a good case for the most athletic sibling trio in recent memory. Considering that they went head-to-head in 4 straight finals, it's funny to think that Klay Thompson and Kevin Love were buddies when they were younger. However, what's even stranger is that they didn't play much basketball together. Instead, the two were on the same Little League team. The pair grew up in the small town of Lake Oswego, Oregon, and both took a liking to baseball as kids. They were also both really good, reaching the state championship and almost clinching a berth in the Little League World Series in 2001. However, once their baseball days were over, Klay moved to California and the two would begin to play basketball at their respective high schools. We think it's fair to say that this decision to switch sports worked out pretty well for the both of them.
He was good at everything he did, whether it was baseball or basketball or bowling. He's just a natural athlete, so and he's got a great personality. He's always had that since he was in 4th grade. And I remember the first time I met him. He was on my big brother's baseball team. He's always joking around. So. Man, I wish I was playing against him. That would have been crazy to be in the NBA Finals playing against Kevin, but I'm sure we will be down the line.
So I guess you guys, he was over at your house a lot? You went to his house a lot?
Yeah, I go to his house. He come to ours, and obviously our dads and fathers are friends, playing against each other back in the day, and my brothers are friends. Friends with his older brother, his younger sister. So. Kevin was fun to be around as a kid. I always looked up to him as far as how good he was.
Being a great player is one thing, but having a collection of college and NBA records propels Klay to superstar status. His first major record came in college, where he set the record for most points scored by a Washington State University player in a single season. However, it was in the NBA that his record setting was propelled to new heights. He has won a grand total of 8 regular season individual records, which include, and warning for you all, this will be a mouthful, the record for most points scored in a quarter, the most field goals in a quarter, the most three-pointers made in a game, the most three-pointers attempted in a game, the most consecutive three-pointers made to start a game, the most three-pointers made in a half, the most field goals made in a quarter, and the most field goals made in a quarter with no misses. However, this list does not even include the 3 regular season team records, 5 postseason individual records, and 8 postseason team records he currently holds. So folks, next time you hear someone tell you that Klay Thompson is bad or overrated player, have them listen to us listing off his records. We think they'll probably change their mind pretty quickly.
Going through that grind of trying to get back to this position was extremely tough. However, we pride ourselves on our depth, and at different times in the definitely upset. It say 3-time. Oh snap!
Yeah.
Klay just Googled himself. It say 3-time champion already. That's dope.
While it isn't out of the ordinary for NBA stars to have girlfriends, Klay's girlfriend Laura Harrier is interesting because she is a star in her own right. A former model, she is now an up-and-coming actress, with her most famous role being as Peter Parker's love interest Liz in Spider-Man Homecoming back in 2017. Having been a couple for the past couple of years, let's hope that Klay and Laura's relationship remains happy and drama-free for the foreseeable future. In today's day and age, it's hard to believe that a player would choose to still use such primitive technology, but the fact of the matter is that Klay Thompson is a flip phone user. There are many clips of him using the device to call and make texts. However, what we don't know for certain is whether or not he only owns a flip phone, considering that there are a handful of pictures and videos of him sporting an iPhone. I think it's fair to say that he may alternate between the two.
Your phone, are you an iPhone guy or an Android phone guy?
I'm an iPhone, and I don't think it's really by choice. I think it's just I grew up using, iPads to, not iPads, iPods. Now they're an iPhone. They got your iPod in your iPhone, so it's just so user-friendly. I mean, it'd be hard for me to change now.
So you would not be switching anytime soon, right?
I don't think so. I even have a MacBook too. That's I used to be PC. I used to be just a little flip phone, but now Apple, gotta give them credit, they do a good job with just user accessibility.
It costs money to make money, and this is certainly the case for the Warriors with their superstar Klay Thompson. At the end of the 2019 season, the team knew that in order to keep him in free agency, they would have to pay up, and so they did, and went out and gave him a max contract of $190 million over 5 years, making him the 11th highest salary player in the NBA. Given that he has loyally served the team for his entire career, it is nice to see the organization pay back the favor and give him the compensation that he truly deserves. Klay Thompson is the modern day Iron Man. Okay, maybe that claim is a little far-fetched, but in the world of basketball, he might as well be. Until he tore his ACL in the 2019 NBA Finals, Klay had a reputation for consistently fighting through any injury that came his way. This can most easily be seen in the stat sheet, where with the sole exceptions of his rookie season and this current season, he has never sat out more than 12 games in a single campaign. We just hope that once Klay is back on the court, he won't let this injury hinder his already stellar career.